Good evening, everybody. All right, so I'm going to give it a few minutes for a few people to get on, and I'm actually going to tag a few people on my phone. You guys are getting on. So today, if you guys are watching this on the replay, we're going to touch a little bit about goals. The last couple of coaching calls we've had in the tribe, we've touched on goals setting, on how to create goals that get results. We've talked a little bit about the all or nothing mentality. And so today I wanted to just kind of come in here and tribe talk and share a little bit about what we've been discussing on our last couple of coaching calls. I see I've got one person watching. So if you are here tuning in, make sure you hashtag I am here and let me know who you are, so I can say hello. If you watch this on the replay, make sure you hashtag replay and let me know that you're here. And that being said, I am going to tag a few people, see if we can get some more people in. Let me know if you are here, guys. I see somebody here, but I don't see the post. Who do we have tuning in? Let me know who you are. Hi, I am here. You gotta let me know what your name is. I can't tell. I can't see. I just see Facebook user from here. Oh, hello, Lisa. How are you? Lisa, have you been on the coaching calls? I can't remember. I think you might have been on one of them. Hello, Lisa. I'm tagging a few more people. Bethany. Bear with me. Courtney. Oop, Lisa Evans is here. Lisa Durst is here. All right, ladies. Well, we're going to start. I am just tagging people. Hello, hello, hello. So again, if you guys watch this on the replay, make sure you hashtag replay. If you're watching it here, hashtag I am here. So ladies, I think each of you were on a different call. So today I thought it would be a great idea to just kind of come in here for a few minutes and recap for everybody a little bit about what we've been talking about on the coaching call and take it a little bit further. So we've been talking about setting goals, having a vision, all of this fun stuff that's actually going to help you get results. So we've talked about goals, non-negotiables, what that means, and really, taking the action steps that are needed, the mindset that is needed to get you the results, because we can do all the exercise in the world. We can hit our nutrition goals, but if we are not in it to win it up here, it's really hard to have sustainable results. It takes a mindset shift. And we've also talked about something that we call basically the all or nothing mentality, or being paralyzed by perfection. That nasty little ego that tries to tap us on the shoulder and say that we can't do that from the past. So a couple of things that I wanted to kind of just talk about in here is really how do you set a goal? Like, what is the goal? What's the difference between a goal and a non-negotiable, and how it gets the results? Well, at the end of the day, really what it is a goal is a vision. It's what you really want to achieve. It's that big thing. It's the reason why whatever it is, whether it's financial, whether it's relationships, health, wealth, and relationships, any of those things this can be applicable to, but it's that vision that you have. So whether it's a new home, a new job, losing weight, financial gains, whatever that is, there's a vision there, and it's that's the goal, like whatever that is, and it's putting the systems in place or the non-negotiables to get you there. And those are the things that will then equal the results. So Lisa, you're here. Tell me a little bit about, and I know you were on the first call, I'm pretty darn sure you were, about setting the goals and what the non-negotiables are. And if you watched any of the coaching calls, hello, is that Bethany on there? Nope, those I tagged you. Who can tell me what a non-negotiable is? How about we start there? What's a non-negotiable? If you're watching, you understand what a non-negotiable is, drop it in the comments. What's an example of a non-negotiable? And how does it benefit getting you results when it comes to goals? If you know. So, and it's the same thing with anything. Like I said, that the goals or the vision, the systems are the non-negotiables. So if you know what I'm talking about, drop it in the comments for me. Otherwise, we'll start to move forward into that. Okay, everybody's gonna be quiet here with me. All right, so the non-negotiables are really the things or the action steps that you put in place, the things that you are not going to allow yourself to deviate from in order to get the goal. So the goal is what you want to achieve. To get the results, you need to back it up with basically action or non-negotiable items, things that you will not deviate from in order to get the goal. So let's just say in this case, the goal is to have a snatched waist, to lose body fat, right? So what are the things that you're going to do, commit to daily to make sure that happens? And what I mean by commit to daily, without fault, it's always going to happen. Could it be, somebody just said, going to the gym every day? I'm not going to eat chocolate. I'm going to go for a walk. I love that. That could be that. Absolutely. So going to the gym, drinking your water. Could that be one? I'm going to drink a gallon of water, hands down, every day. This is a commitment that I'm going to make to myself to help myself hit my weight loss goal or my fat loss goal. I'm going to go to the gym. Maybe I'm going to hit 10K steps every day. I'm not going to miss a meal. These are all things that are non-negotiables. And a lot of times, those of you that work with me know that I use brushing your teeth as a non-negotiable. And I like to use that as an example because if the wheels fall off your life, and what I mean by that is, bomb blows up in your house and everything goes haywire into shit, I'm going to venture to guess that you are still going to brush your teeth. If I'm correct, drop a hell yes below. I know you are. And why are you going to brush your teeth? Even if the wheels fall off and a bomb blows up in your house, you're going to find a toothbrush, you're going to brush your teeth. You're going to figure that shit out because the goal is to have a mouthful of teeth your entire life. Right? It's the same thing like with a shower. If I was to say to you, like, your life falls apart, I guarantee you're still going to take a shower. Why? Because the goal is personal hygiene. That is like the results, that's the place that you want to get when it comes to those goals. And I'm also going to venture to guess, because we tend to be a little bit better at this, that whether it's a relationship or like career goals, like I know that I was very, very good at that. And there were things that there were non-negotiables in my life that would happen until I hit that goal. It's the same thing. Sometimes it's just when it comes to us and putting us first, which tends to be our health goals, And weight loss goals, we tend to put those on the back burner, but it's the same idea. Like, what are the things that you're going to do? And then it's making that commitment. So absolutely, it's making whatever it is to you, it's making the commitment that it happens every day. Now, here's the tricky part. This is where we talked about the other day, last Saturday on our coaching call, we talked about the all or nothing mentality. We talked about paralyzing ourselves with perfection. So now some people are really good at setting the non-negotiables, but then when the wheels fall off and they can't do the non-negotiable perfect, and maybe they don't do it at all, now, holy shit, I'm a failure because I didn't do this and I didn't do it correctly. And then it starts to spiral out of control. And then the next thing you know, the whole journey has been lost because you fell off you fell off once. That's the all or nothing mentality. So I broke down and I had a chip out of a bag. Shit. I'm just going to have another one. Oh, fuck it. I'm just going to eat the whole bag. All or nothing mentality. Chocolate bar. Somebody waves it in front of your face. You take it off. You have a bite. You have another bite. Next thing you know, you devour the whole bar and maybe two more. That's the pint of ice cream. I can go on and on and on. So it's that all or nothing mentality, versus like, all right, I messed up. It's okay. Then what happens is guilt sets in. I screwed up. So then the next day rolls around. Well, I already messed up and I had the pint of ice cream, the bar of chocolate, the bag of chips, whatever. Screw it. It's the weekend. I might as well just go for it. I'm going to have the pizza. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do whatever it is. Hell, if I'm going to go to the gym. Are you with me? Drop me some love in the comments if you are below and it makes sense to you. Say, hell yeah, that makes sense. Or, I bet you. How about this? I've been there before. If you've been there before, let me know. I have been there before in the comments. It's kind of funny, actually, when we think about it. So it just spirals itself out of the control. And then the next thing you know, if you're working with a coach, you're not checking in with your coach anymore because, oh my God, how am I going to tell her what just happened this weekend? All or nothing mentality, paralyzing ourselves with perfection versus just facing the facts and going, shit, it happened. Let's move on. Because shit is going to happen. So that's kind of like the all or nothing mentality. Now, how I deal with that is a lot of times we just have to like pause and think. So the other day I was talking about this with something, and there's this thing on TikTok right now, stop, drop, and roll. Okay. Like it just keeps coming to mind. Stop, drop, and roll. So when something like that happens, you have the chip, even like stop, drop, and roll, but stop, pause, think about it. Oh, that was good. I'm satisfied. Identify like what was it about the chip that you had? Were you hungry? Did you just like, did you have and I'm using it again, a chip as an example. There's numerous things. Was it the ambiance? Was it the way it made you feel? Was it just something like, you know what, nervous habit? Was it something that, no worries. This, you can come back and watch it anytime. So like identifying like what is the emotion, the thought process behind it. Okay. A lot of times then you can go for the next one and go, well, I'm not really hungry. I don't know really why I even want that. I guess maybe, I don't know, because everybody else is, or I thought it would make me like, once you identify what it is, a lot of times the pausing to do that will stop the action of moving forward. Then you might go, well, actually, I think, I have something else to do. I'll go for a walk, I'll do this, whatever it might be. But that pausing sometimes will help you reconsider and looking at the reason why behind it. If that makes sense, drop a hell yes in the comments for me. So pause, drop, and roll, right? And maybe you do polish off the whole bag of chips. Then the thing is to give yourself grace the next day and to not let it spiral out of control into the next 2 days. All right. So all or nothing mentality. A little bit about that. Gym every day. So what are some of the other things that we can do to help us take our goals to the next level to get the results? So if we can identify some of these things, it's about consistency, right? So sometimes what I like to call, when I get into these places, now let's just kind of talk about like maybe the gym, working out, walking, like there might be times where it's not maybe going to fit into my schedule the best. It's going to be a challenge to get into my schedule. Maybe it's going to be, maybe I'm just not feeling it. Okay, so sometimes we might need to well, you know what? It's non-negotiable. So it's happening. It may not be pretty, but I'm going to get it done. So I like to call it just getting it done, okay? Or check the box days. So I'm just going to get it done, right? It might not be pretty, but it's going to happen. Why is it going to happen? Because it's non-negotiable. And then the all or nothing mentality, like letting yourself off the hook, like it's okay. I'm actually just getting it done. I'm going to feel better about it. I won't polish off the bag of chips because I feel guilty about not doing it and have all of these things start to spiral out of control. Does it make sense how it all starts right here, guys? Like this right here, this brain of ours can make or break us. The body, like what I like to say is, and I think I just did a post on it, losing weight is the easy part. Who agrees with me? Write in the chat box, losing weight is the easy part, if you agree with me. And again, guys, if you are here, please hashtag I am here. I haven't done this live in a while, so I get that a lot of you aren't used to this. I've been doing some replays. But again, hashtag I am here. If you're here, let me see your name. If you watch this on the replay, hashtag replay for me. But let me know if that makes sense to you. Have you been there before? So again, like letting yourself a little bit off the hook. That all or nothing mentality or that paralyzing ourselves with perfection. So that's where the consistency comes in. So even if it's not perfect, you're being consistent. And if you consistently are doing something, if you're consistently hitting your workouts, even if they're not perfect, if you're consistently eating your meals on time. And even if there's like little things that happen, but you get right back on track again and you're consistent about it, the results will come. Just like if you brush your teeth consistently, you're always going to have a mouthful of teeth. We hope. If you consistently take a shower, you're always going to have good health hygiene. So it's just about getting really, really consistent, because once you are very consistent or develop habits become lifestyles, and then it's just super easy. Like it's just something that you just don't even have to think about again. And I keep going back to brushing your teeth because I'm really hoping that this makes sense. This makes sense. Say yes, this makes sense. So small little changes, like, well, Jules, how do I get started? Like, it's so overwhelming. Like, I just started this weight loss journey. I just started whatever it might be. And we're going to stick with the weight loss journey. Like, how do I do this? It just seems like so much. And I hear that a lot too. It's so overwhelming. Small bites. That's why, like, when somebody starts with me, I like to break it down and keep it simple. We don't track macros right away. Just eat what I give you on the meal plan. Don't worry about it. Just do it. Just here, let me give you a blueprint, a custom blueprint for you. You follow it because it's easier that way. And then starting to learn a little bit more as we go along, but keeping it super simple. So Jules, I don't work with you. I don't have a coach. What can I do? Take like one thing. get 1% better at each week. So what could you do to improve yourself to help get to that goal? Could you start drinking more water and less soda and less sugary drinks? Could you cut back on the Starbucks? Could you switch the Starbucks? I use Starbucks as an example. Could you go from a full-on latte to an iced coffee or a hot coffee with a splash of almond milk and a little bit of stevia? Could you do that? Switch things up. So now you're not drinking 500 calories. you're now down to like 5. Making little tiny adjustments in your day. Maybe you don't go to Starbucks as many times. You start replacing it with water. That could be something a goal that you give yourself that's easy that you start with. Then you layer on. Well, now you know what? I sit a lot. So now I'm going to start getting up and I'm going to move. I'm going to go for a 30-minute walk, or maybe it's just a 20-minute walk in the morning. I'm going to go for another 20-minute walk at night. I'm going to start gearing towards trying to get towards 10K steps. I'm going to try to make that. So now you're lucky to get 2,000 steps in. So this week I'm going to hit 5. Little tiny steps. Keep working towards. So take it in bite-sized pieces and be very consistent about it. Make sense? If it makes sense, say it makes sense. So sometimes when we look at things from a big point of view, it's super overwhelming. So keep it super simple. Small choices with consistency and non-negotiables attached to them will give you good results. As well as making sure we don't fall into that paralyzing ourselves with perfection or that all or nothing mentality, basically thinking that if we didn't hit it all, we failed. Not so much. All right, guys, so that is really all I have to you. So wrapping it all up, it's really talking about having the vision, putting the systems in place, making these small changes to help to get the results. So thank you for tuning in. And again, guys, I just wanted to come in here and kind of circle back some of the things that we have been talking about on our coaching call. And if you are in my tribe, don't miss the next coaching call because I've got a really super fun exercise for you that's going to involve helping us get from where we don't want to be, like that, all those things that we're looking at that maybe is like, we need to make a little bit of adjustments to the vision that we have over here. And how do we get there? What are some of the things that we can let go of to help get us over here to where we really want to be? So if you are in my tribe, don't miss the next coaching call, which is on the first Friday of November. It's coming up soon. Peace, love, protein. Show me some love if you enjoyed this tribe talk, and I will see you next Wednesday. Peace.